Aloha! Welcome to Mai's Table, where you find God and gourmet. I'm Miley Andrus-Price, and welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm putting together something that I call fusion sushi. If it were not for the fusion ingredients, this would be called chirashi sushi, which is just a mixture of different ingredients over some nice rice. But today I'm switching it out a little bit, and so I'm calling it fusion sushi. So you start with 2 cups of cooked rice that has been cooled, and then you want to put it in a nice casserole, one that you can see through because you want to see all the different layers when it's done. So when you're putting the rice in this casserole, make sure that you wet your hands so that you can pat the rice down and spread it out uniformly. After that, I've already started, this is ume paste. Umeboshi is a plum, it's a pickled plum. This is classic Japanese. In fact, my mouth is already watering because it's kind of a sour, a little bit sweet, but mostly sour taste. Really good. So this is ume paste, umeboshi paste. That I started with just this little line, if you can see, and I thought, man, that is just taking so long. So I took off the cap and I, put some on there. So now I'm just going to put a light layer, and I'm going to need some more, I can tell. So I'm going to put in a little bit more. This is quite strong, so you do want to make it just a light layer, but you want to get that flavor in there. I think that's probably going to be enough. Yum. Wow. Whew. Okay, sour and salty, but so good. So I'm going to spread this so that it's even. I don't want to get any big major blobs in one spot. I'm really going to use this spatula to get it in the right spot. And there's some places that have a little bit of pockets. See how some places are a little bit thicker? I'm just gonna even that out a little bit. And this is a great spatula to do this. I got this at $1 at a store. It was actually a specialty store. I couldn't believe I got it for only $1. Yeah, I'm gonna even that all out so that every little bite of rice that you get will have a nice little kick to it. All right, so we have that done. Next, I'm gonna put on, this is a block of cream cheese that has been softened, and it has some garlic sauce, Japanese garlic sauce. I will show you this. Let me get close so you can get a close-up of this. It's ninniku. It's, I'm pretty sure Amazon would have it, or if you go to an Asian market, you can ask for that. And it's just a really nice mixture of garlic and a little bit of oil. Oh, so good. So I have, my mouth is drooling again because I know how good it is. So I have 1 package, 8-ounce package of cream cheese with about 3 tablespoons of this. It's a liquid. I mixed it together. I also put in 2 cloves of minced garlic. If that sounds like a lot to you of garlic, then, cut it back. If you're not a garlic person like I am, you can just really cut it back. You can cut it in half maybe. So I'm going to take half of this and I'm going to spread it like I did the ume paste, the pickled plum paste. And you're probably saying, well, why are you only doing half? It's because I'm gonna leave the other half out if people want a little bit more garlic to go with this, a little bit more cream cheese, then they have the option. So, yeah, and this has been out for several hours. So it's really nice and soft. It's very easy to spread. And again, I want to make it even so that you have a nice smooth, this is smoothing out the ume because it's creamy. And the garlic, even though it's garlic, there's a little bit of sugar in there. It is so good. I wish somehow, maybe someday they'll figure out a way how you can taste what's being made. Wouldn't that be so cool? Okay, so that looks yummy. And then this is imitation crab. And I have the recipe for this imitation crab on my website. I am just, again, I'm gonna spread this all around. And, you know, like I said, there's a recipe, but this is just imitation crab and I flaked it. I put a little bit of celery and cucumbers in with a little bit of mayonnaise and about maybe a tablespoon of fresh lemon juice. So I'm gonna just distribute this. And I'm actually gonna leave just one corner, one corner empty because my niece, who's gonna have some of this, asked me to not put any of the imitation crab. She doesn't like it. So I'm gonna leave one little corner for Rena so that she can experience it. And again, let's just making it even. There's kind of a lot in this spot. And we'll just have that one tiny little corner. That corner's for Rena. So after this, I'm gonna sprinkle on a little bit of tamagoyaki. It's just scrambled eggs with, I put 2 eggs and 1 teaspoon of sugar with 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So this is not only tastes good, but as you can see, we're building layers of different colors. And I just absolutely love to make things colorful because it just brings you in, it makes it more interesting. And it's okay that I put eggs here, but I'm gonna kind of block off that corner for Rena. So I have the eggs nicely distributed. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of cucumbers just to add a little bit more color and a little bit more crunch and texture. And then you might be surprised what I'm gonna do next. We'll put some cucumbers there for Rena's spot. So you get your seaweed, nori. This is actually Korean seaweed. It's a little bit more flavorful than Japanese. And you just get a piece and you put this rice in. Here's the sushi part, right? Oh, yummy. And you take a bite. Wow. That is so good because you have the plain rice, you have that little salt and sour with the pickled umeboshi paste, ume paste, and then you have the creaminess and then the crunch of the cucumbers. And then of course the garlic, which is amazing. So let me show you a close-up. And I live in Hawaii, and so most of these ingredients are very easily accessible. Our Costco sells seaweed like this. It's the Kirkland brand, believe it or not. Or you can go to a grocery market. So let me show you what this one looks like. Again, this is the Korean brand. It's nori, dried seaweed. This is seasoned, so it's a little bit more flavorful than the Japanese brand, so it just goes by whatever you like. I also have just a tiny bit of green onions that I'm gonna put on here because again, it looks nice, and also it really adds just that little bit, adds to the flavor. So what's the spiritual message in this today? I was thinking that because this is fusion, it's taking of different cultures. I don't think Japanese would ever conceive of putting in cream cheese. That's not traditional, right? But you know, you have your California roll, which is a imitation crab with cream cheese, and a sushi roll, right? So the spiritual message is you can take things in this recipe from different cultures and fuse them together and create a synergistic results, right? That this is so good, because this would not be the same without the cream cheese. It just would not be the same or as good. You could do so many other things, sure, but then that would just be traditional chirashi sushi, Japanese mixed ingredients with rice. So the question is for you, what can you do? What ingredients do you have in your life that can be fused together to cause a synergistic effect that makes things better? What gift do you have? What talent do you have? What person do you know that was kind of like outside in the periphery that you wouldn't really think of as asking for help? But if you got their expertise or their opinion and maybe something you're working on, you can fuse that together and create a better result. The definition of synergy, right? So I'm still, you can tell, my mouth is still watering just looking at this. I hope that you try this. It's really easy. It didn't take me long at all to put together, and be creative. See what other things you can think of putting together like this. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please like it, subscribe to my channel, try it, and share it with a friend. Till next time, take care now. Aloha.